In this video, we've got a linear function. It's actually from an econ situation, and we want to interpret the slope and the intercept. Let's take a second to familiarize ourselves with the variables we've got defined here. Q is going to be the quantity sold. So say you're trying to sell widgets, you're trying to sell something in thousands of units. You're going to figure out how many things you want to sell, that's your Q, and then you're going to figure out what your price has to be, that's going to be P in dollars. So if we just say, all right, what do we have here? We are saying that our P is our output, the 125 is our B, the negative 2.5 is the M, and the Q is the input. Let's start interpreting. So let's start by interpreting B. The template you want to use is the following. When the input is 0, the output is B. And just to review why, well, just think about the fact that B is where we hit the vertical axis, and that means our input at the vertical axis is 0. So in this case, when I look here, I've got 125. When the input is 0, my input is Q. So when we want to sell 0 units, I'm talking about what our input is measured in. Our price is $125. Again, I'm using measurements here, so I want to say, hey, P is measured in dollars, so I've got dollars there. If you want to think of this from an econ point of view, what we're saying is, if we want to make sure we don't sell anything, we raise our price all the way to $125. That'll make sure nobody buys. Alright, let's interpret M. The template that I use when I'm interpreting M is the following. Look at the input. When the input increases by 1, I always go increases by 1 for the input. The output changes by M. So let's think about what that means for this problem. If our input increases by 1, our input again is the Q, we want to sell an extra 1,000 units. So when we want to sell an extra 1,000 units, alright, the output, that's the price, changes by M. M is negative 2.5, so our price is going down. Our price goes down by $2.50. So the minus sign that I have there, the fact that I've got a minus sign right here, is reflected by the fact that the price is decreasing. If it helps you, think about it like this. Whenever we're talking about M, that is negative 2.5. And if we want to think about the units, that's units of output over units of input. Units of output are dollars. Units of input are thousands of units sold. So for every 1,000 units we want to sell 1,000 more widgets. We want to decrease the price by $2.50. If you follow these templates, you're going to be following what I want to see when you interpret a slope and an intercept.